All right. Should have started. I want to make sure this should be. It says we're live. Oh, there we are.
You're live. All
We're
right.
live. This is so exciting. All right. Okay. All right. Super exciting. Super exciting. Let me see what this is looking like. I want to make sure this. Did I froze. Okay. I'm going to share the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just get started.
There we are. You're live.
Whoa. This is exciting. Okay.
Let's go.
Can you hear me, Kali?
Yes,
All right. Super
yes, I can.
super exciting.
Loud, clear.
All right. So, wow, this is so cool. I never got to do one like this before, so I'm just kind of like all about this right now. I'm going to share the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just get started. Are we getting feedback?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay. Wait. Interesting. Oh, I guess because wait, I gotta pause this. There we go. Now it should be good. No feedback.
None.
Cool. It says live viewer comments show up here. I'm gonna just post this on Facebook live now. Post, and then I'll just do a quick story post, and then I'm gonna do a quick OMG. People need to stop sending me shit. Oh my god, my hair's been looking crazy, huh?
It looks fine.
It looks crazy. I didn't get to finish it. Hey, what's up, Instagram? We are live right now on the Law of Fatal Attraction podcast on YouTube. Make sure you click the link in my bio to check out the podcast. Bye. All right, cool. All right, cool. So let's get started. Because if people don't see it now, they'll see it probably tomorrow, and then more people will, as time goes on, check it out.
Absolutely.
So tonight's topic is. Oh wait, I'm gonna keep this low. Let's not see how this is. What this is looking like. I'm one of those kinds of people. Wow, look, our names are there and stuff too.
Hey. Okay. Let's get.
Yeah, I gotta stop. I gotta stop being so ratchet. I don't know what's going on.
And embrace the ratchet channels. Goddamn.
Embrace the ratchetness. Okay, we can do this on. What do I want to do? Oh, I want to put that in the chat for us. Okay. So I'm just gonna put, hey guys. So when people see this, I'll also put this in the comments. Keep up with this podcast on Anchor. Well, I'll just say here. Okay. So, my dear.
Yes.
Let's get started.
Let's get it.
So I didn't really, I wanted to research this topic a little more than I actually did. So polygamy in spiritual communities. Now I've seen a couple of times in a couple of different spaces where the only place that I've seen it, and you're gonna hate that I'm saying this, but we're just gonna go with it. The only place that I've seen where it actually works is actually for polite, but only as a contract and only as a business. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, all those women, I mean, that's a lot of help. That's a lot of income, coming in from what he's with, like 3 or 4 women, 3 wives, 4 wives.
Right. I think the women are the main source of income because I really don't think that a man should have wives if he can't afford them.
No, I don't think they're the main source, but I know he's helped them to gain, you know, something out of what he does or what he knows, so to speak. You know,
Okay.
so I think that
Um,
he's coaching them to help them.
do you think that a man needing multiple wives is an emotional issue where maybe he's feeling some sort of void, or do you think that it's just game, or what's your like take on it?
I feel that there are people who want multiple partners, and then you have people who maybe just want one. But then there's also a lot of people who like to so-called cheat a lot, and they can't be loyal. Maybe it's because they need more than one person. Perhaps that can be the issue.
Mhm. That's from the men's side. Because I know from the woman's side of things, the only reason why a woman would have multiple partners is because just one man can't understand or satisfy her.
Mm,
Well, from my perspective, that's why I would do it.
interesting.
Because the feminine nature is very, flowy.
Right.
Um, that's from the woman's perspective. I think that it's an internal issue though. From how I'm looking at it, it's definitely an internal issue. I could see it working because there are certain people that are just very polyamorous and they have the ability to love multiple people. But at the same time, these individuals, the issue that seems to arise or come up is that a lot of these individuals, um, it seems like, how could I say this? It seems like they can't handle just one partner because that person will tell them who they really are, and they don't
Hmm.
like want anybody to see who they really are.
Right.
So, what do you think about that?
That is an interesting perspective on it. It is very possible that it could be something that's internal within themselves, an issue they could be dealing with.
Hmm.
But I think it is also possible to love multiple people too, as well. I think
Hmm.
it's a rare thing in general to even find polygamy
I
even.
mean, like, but what do you feel about people who maybe don't love themselves, but then want to like date all these different people?
That is definitely an internal issue.
Yeah, but,
So,
but is that the internal issue the majority of the time? Because you have the whole nature boy thing where he had a whole damn community, and it's like, I mean, he's a just disgusting. But you had the whole nature boy thing where he had damn near a whole community, and he had all these wives and stuff, and it's just kind of like, is there a need? Is that a narcissistic sort of personality disorder where, or some sort of personality disorder where he felt he wanted to control that environment or those people's lives? Like, what kind of person does stuff like that?
I do believe that is a narcissistic trait because something like that is just sounds unhealthy. It just sounds like, okay, I'm doing this just to gain control. It doesn't sound like there's any
Because
love
he's
there at
like,
all.
he would almost boast about it like he was daddy, like he was the one, like he was, it almost like that energy of Saturn, but like, the negative aspect of it.
Hmm.
So that's kind of like how it came across to me. And I mean, how he was with his kids and shit was a little, you know,
Absolutely.
weird.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said that. But yeah, let's dive deeper into that. Like really give me some sort of detailed
That's
like
definitely
your perspective from what you've seen in spiritual communities. Like have you seen any couples or anybody that you know personally or followed anyone on social media that you've seen it actually work successfully where it seems like all individuals involved are satisfied?
I've never personally seen any polygamous couples at all personally. As far
Okay.
as as far as success goes, you see it a lot more.
Because even with Will Smith and his wife, supposedly what they're in is a business contract. So they
Right.
most of the year they're not together. Like he has a young girlfriend,
Hmm.
and she dates different guys or dates whomever she wants to.
Hmm.
And at first, I mean, it seems like it was in the public eye, seen as
Right.
they were just like open and free, and that was like the public perception. But it really seems like they're just kind of like, okay, we're married because we make money together,
Right.
but we don't really love or care about each other. So what do you think about that?
Hmm. I don't know how that go. I mean, honestly, it could be that they are on the contract and they're just doing what they want to do. That could be a possibility. Or they can have a
Is that
relationship
marriage
where
contract, or I mean, are we looking at this from the wrong angle or perspective?
I wouldn't say that. Um, I think that that is possible that maybe they are happy there, maybe that's their relationship that they go around, see with other people because that's what they agree to do, and that does exist too. I mean, that is
Yeah, because like, supposedly they don't even spend. They only spend like family holidays together. They literally
so
don't spend out of 365 days. They probably spend about 2 weeks together out of the whole year. So
okay. So
you consider that a relationship.
for that reason, then that's a contract for sure. Because if y'all truly did love each other, then y'all will be around way more than 2 weeks out of the year. Come on, that's small as fuck. Like,
Right. What I'm trying to figure out is like what I'm really trying to figure out is it natural to be polygamous?
is it natural?
Because I
Uh,
haven't seen anybody. I mean, you barely see people in regular relationships being able to handle just one person.
well, in ancient
So,
times, it was common.
huh?
In ancient times, polygamy was very common.
Well, what kind of polygamy? Because there was an even more ancient time where women took multiple husbands.
Absolutely.
So now, is it ancient times? How far back where men are taking multiple wives? And
Mm.
even today, where men are taking multiple wives, those women are treated like slaves. So it's
I think
like
it
I like
became.
where like what is the disconnect? What is the disconnect that this polygamy thing seems to be causing more frustration and
I think.
confusion?
I think what happened was that ego got involved with polygamy, and it became a thing where okay, I'm just getting them to have them so I can flaunt that I have a bunch of women that are my wives, more so than I love this many women. And on top of that, it's like okay, Western society has taken over and has pretty much simplified it to being normality to only have one partner, only
Hmm.
like you're supposed to have. And if you have more, then you're just some type of hoe or something. Like you're not normal. Something's wrong with you.
If you have more than one partner.
Yes, they pretty much make it seem like okay, you're not normal. You can't have more than you can't have one person. You have to have multiple people, which only makes you, have an issue or a problem, something like that. Like this is what today's society's kind of
Well,
make things.
what's your perspective on that?
I mean, to be honest, everybody could do whatever they want. You have people that have relationships with cars and goddamn. Uh,
Yeah, that obviously is a mental disorder.
that's
You know what I
obvious,
mean?
and
Like
that's obviously something is wrong with
that's
that.
like it's just obviously a mental disorder at that point. I'm
Yeah,
just
that
sharing.
yeah, because that's just the object. But um, as far as I see it, do whatever you want. I mean, I believe that there's some polygamy that goes on that actually,
I
is.
okay, so where is it? Like I need an example because I haven't seen any examples of polygamy actually being something that is viable. I don't think that it's healthy for anyone.
I mean, if they all agree to it, depending on the
Yeah,
I think
but everybody agreeing to it,
it depends on the circumstance
I
and
don't think that everybody agreeing to it means that it's a healthy way of being.
right. I
I'm
mean,
actually my personal stance on it is that people are not emotionally mature enough to be polygamous, and that it's being carried out in a very childish or egotistical way, which you did mention egotistical way. But how do you feel about like how do you feel about, let's say, polygamy, like what in what world do you think this would actually work, and what are we seeing now where polygamy is actually working, like in what context? That's what I'm trying to get to. Like I don't understand
I
like
feel like polygamy only works on a financial level, at least
okay,
today.
okay, I can see that myself
And I
actually.
feel like that's pretty much, the core purpose today for polygamy anyway. Is for a, somebody having multiple streams of income coming in one house. If you have like three women,
Hmm.
one man,
Hmm.
that's a lot of streams, without extra work being involved.
Okay.
So in that way, I could see it working financially. Now, as far as the love aspect.
I feel like that is so ratchet.
Maybe it
Like
is.
what? It's kind of like the guy. Okay, so the way I'm thinking about it is that the man is the man is usually the one that has multiple wives. It's very rare that you see women with multiple
Yeah,
men. And when a
very
woman
rare.
is with multiple men, those sort of relationships tend to be more polyamorous and there's a little more freedom involved.
Right, right, right,
Um yeah. And sometimes women do just fine with multiple men.
right.
Um
Well,
yeah.
you also have to think about this as well.
Mhm.
Um, what if the woman being with multiple men and the men are like quote unquote bisexual? Would that you gotta think about things like
Well,
that.
that's polyamory. If the men are
Right,
bisexual, yeah, then you're getting into not just being polygamous, but that's being polyamorous,
right,
where everybody loves everybody and everybody
right,
is
right.
making the relationship work, the best way they know how.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's what that is.
Okay, okay, okay. But
Mhm.
yeah, but it's definitely very rare to see a female with multiple husbands this day and age, especially. You know, very
Yeah, I don't think that women really desire multiple husbands. Women are having a difficult enough time finding one that they can like
right,
actually vibe with.
right.
Men are dumb as fuck, in my opinion. Not you, but
Nah, I ain't
you
dumb.
were like, damn, that's rough. But from what I've seen, just men are not that smart.
True, true.
They're not like they're smart on an intellectual level, but I haven't seen men. I think it has to do with part of it has to do with having a male body, but I haven't seen men be as wise as some of the women that I've come across, and I wonder why that is. And I think that part of it is actually having a penis. And that sounds stupid and outlandish at first, but it does. It sounds absolutely outlandish and ridiculous. But the more I gave this thought, I was like, this is an interesting concept because the penis means that is basically a vagina pushed out. But when you have a penis, you're constantly seeking to put your seed somewhere. It's
Mhm.
like a primal urge. The longer women go without sex, the less they care about it.
Good
It's the
point.
first
Very
month
good
or so
point.
that's like rough, but then after that, you just don't care. But it seems the longer men go without sex, the longer that they really want to have sex.
I also believe that it's based upon the mindset and their programming,
Hmm.
on that level, whether they want to or not. Because let's put it like this: if you have someone who is always around, people that are constantly having sex and shit, or they're around, or they're on social media and they're seeing all the sexual things, imagery,
Hmm.
then in their head they're gonna want it more. If somebody who is not really on social media like that, doesn't have many friends, always on their own, they probably not even
But
worried about it.
social media, you think social media is I
I
don't think
think, well, okay. It depends on, like I said, it depends on the person. It depends on
it depends how susceptible to programming they are.
exactly.
Okay.
So if you constantly see things and you want to get in the
But
loop,
the thing is, having a dick, it just seems like men constantly want to have sex. Now, is that like the programming or is that like just part of being a man?
that's programming because all men ain't even getting anything. Or everybody's not getting none. Some men still virgins. So, everybody can't get it.
There are men that are virgins.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you want to count lotion as a
How
woman.
old though? We're talking about grown ass men here. All right, we went off on a tangent. Let's bring
Let
it
them
back.
be grown and be
I
virgin.
have to do some more research on this, obviously.
Put it like this: there's grown ass men who have never had any cooch in their life. Okay? That's that.
Well, then, I mean, if you're a virgin, then it's like you're not going to miss out on what you don't know.
Pretty much. What about the ones who have no barely have a phallus at all, then what? What if the ones who don't have a phallus to use in any way at all? Then what? What do you say about them?
Okay,
How about those guys?
that's just conjecture. That's ridiculous. I'm not going into exceptions to the rule. I'm thinking about the rule for the majority.
Okay.
What I'm trying to understand here is in what context other. It seems like so far the only context in which polygamy even works is in more of a business contract.
Absolutely.
So if it's more of a business contract, which I can understand that working, especially for financial reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's more of a business contract, I think that every wife needs to have a solid. We'll deal with wives because it seems like men are more into it than women, and I have not seen it popularized any. I haven't even ever seen a woman in a long-term relationship or polygamous marriage with multiple men.
Right.
You
Yeah,
see it
I've
more
never
with
seen it.
men. Yeah, I haven't seen it either. You see it more with women. Women might do it short term. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you see more with men. Women might do it short term, but not long term. Um, so what do you think? How do you think that it could be healthy? Like, if it's just a contract, do you think that that wife needs to only be having sex with that husband, or those wives only have sex with that man, or should everybody like be in the marriage for the contract, but then also be able to carry on maybe some personal relationships on the side?
I personally do. They deserve to carry some relationships on the side. That's how I feel about it. Let them do
Right,
it. Why not?
right.
It's only right.
Okay, so what if one of the wives gets pregnant by another man? Like, how do you know whether that's your baby or the other guy's baby?
Well, DNA tests must come into play if you're smart.
Yeah, but you can't like the only way to do the DNA test in the womb, I believe, is when the babies are further along. I mean, I don't
Mm,
know the particulars, but
well then,
like if it's past the point where you can't get an abortion, like
let's
and
put it like this: Maury ain't gonna help your ass because that show's fake. Anyway,
I'm trying to figure out like in what context, like, or could it be like that the woman bears the man one or two children and then she's like, all right, I'm out. You got your kids that you need. You got your name. I'm
interesting.
out.
I mean, look, I think that's up to them on that. But if the baby ain't yours, that's a big issue. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. That's an issue right there. I don't know. I don't know how they're
How
gonna.
are you gonna know?
It's a good point. How you gonna know? But she knows. She should
She
know.
might not even know.
And if she don't know, then it's
So I'm
just the.
saying, like, if you have five wives
Mm,
and one of them gets pregnant by another guy, say all the chick usually dates are
what
black
if?
men.
Okay, now
So
if it's
she's not
only
gonna
black
date.
men,
So she's
right?
not gonna date if the dude looks similar to what you'd look like if you guys have the same ethnicity, like
It's gonna be hard. Nobody would even know that it was.
no, who's gonna know? And then you think with every chick you might be having a kid. That's like five
Not
kids.
only that, that someone is gonna look like the people that they're around the most. So let's just say you're around someone the most, you'll still end up looking like them, even though it's not your kid. You can still look like somebody who's not
Right.
even your kid. So you still wouldn't know. You know,
That's what I'm saying. Like how? I mean, you got trouble with one wife. Now you got five, and how do you know?
five,
And I just don't think that it's fair.
five is too much for me.
I don't think that it's fair. I could do five men.
Whoa,
Two,
wow,
three.
wow,
Two
wow.
of them, at least three of them, would not get that much attention, and then it
That's
would be two of
sound
them.
sounds like neglect to me. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. How do you even give everybody like equal amounts of attention?
Exactly.
Like I'm
Nah,
trying to figure out how all this works, just as
it's
much as you're
it
trying to
sound
figure it out.
it now it sounds like pure confusion.
That's what I'm saying. The whole
Honestly,
concept is confusing to me.
who wants to have a kid with one of each? That's too much. That is too much. That is way too
The
much.
thing is, I mean, is a man that has five wives, all the wives are working and bringing in money. He's working, he's bringing in money. Like, is he kind of like a legal, not legal, because I don't think you can legally marry that many people. You can have a wife and a bunch of girlfriends, and you guys all live together, and then you can have spiritual, quote unquote, marriages. They probably the
Mm-hmm.
male marriage, or four would be like or three or two or whatever, would be like a spirit, more of a spiritual marriage. So what I'm trying to figure out is a man that literally is marrying women, having babies with them. All the women still have to work. He might work too, but it sounds to me like he's kind of a pimp.
Yeah, in
It
a sense,
he's just
even though a pimp wouldn't be having intercourse with every
true.
female.
Well, a pimp only has intercourse with his bottom,
Yeah, his bottom, exactly.
and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to figure out is like I'm trying to figure out can we even look at a man like that as respectable? Like he's not taking care of his wife. And he,
Wives.
or like he really, where's the benefit for the women? What is he offering them?
Well, money, the whole money aspect, that's why.
That's not money though.
But
Where's the money? You still
it's
have
not even
to
money.
work.
It's
I
like
mean, you have
it's a
that many people working
it's an
together.
easier living because they don't have to pay as much because everybody has a share.
Okay, I understand that aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where everybody has a share and where okay, I understand. And I would see that maybe you could work less. I would never want to be in a situation like that personally. It just
It's still
makes me like
confusion.
terrified.
It's still too confusion. Like it's
It
what you.
is confusing,
How are
right?
you gonna have sex with that many women? Where do you have time to do all this? It's too much. You're gonna have a heart attack and you're gonna die. They're gonna take everything you have, so you're wasting time, in my opinion.
Unless it's just a business contract. And
Unless
then
it's just
like,
straight business and nobody's just just there.
and I mean like I guess if the wives have like a side dude or dating someone else, they just have to use condoms.
Guess so.
Like we didn't even think of that. Shows the
I
kind of
mean,
people we
here's
are.
and then
We knew it because I'm thinking like if they have a long term side dude, they're probably not going to
there's birth control, IUDs,
or she
and
can use birth control. That's true too.
IUDs, the patch, things like that.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, things. Yeah, no, Doug. Understand. But I understand these things exist, and there are some people that use them. But I'm just trying to figure out with this whole. I just don't see the benefit for really anyone in when it's women, more women than men. I don't see the benefit for any of the
I
women.
don't even see a benefit for the man at this point because, like I said, a lot of confusion. What if they end up hating each other? Then
Oh my
what?
God! Imagine dealing with those fights with all those women, with all them kids.
Somebody finna die.
Oh my God!
Somebody gonna
In a
poison the
house full of
food.
black women, that's gonna
Somebody,
be rough.
somebody gonna put laxative in the
Rough.
food. Somebody gonna do some real shiesty nonsense.
What if the women start working together to fuck with you? That shit would be hilarious.
Exactly why.
So let's think about okay. So I think that the deeper aspect. I just want to switch gears a little bit here. I think that the deeper aspect is that I don't see how in a relationship like this everyone is being I don't see how anyone's really being deeply emotionally fulfilled. The
Right.
only thing I could see is that with the women, perhaps their children, but where is the intimacy?
Right.
A spiritual couple. I mean, because okay, so I mean, honestly and truthfully, tantra is the art of really sensuality, not sexuality. It's
Mm-hmm.
more of the art of sensuality. So um, you learn energy work with your partner. You learn, caressing. You learn different type of foreplay techniques. Like you learn a lot of different techniques with tantra, but you learn different positions you can hold that you guys learn how to move your energy, and this is how two people get closer. And it actually they used to teach tantra to emperors and kings and queens, especially the kings, so that when they were married the couple would stay together and be satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing is that I don't see how one man can have intimacy or one woman can have true intimacy with that many people.
Absolutely. I
Like,
mean,
with everything else that you have in life. I mean, unless they have a specific day of the week, but then you got to think that the only person that's being filled up on a consistent basis with love that is the one, and then the other opposite sex, male or female. That's the group. Um, Really, they're going to have a majority of the time by themselves. So
mm,
I'm really trying to figure out like where the benefit is
I mean, that's
as
the
far as
only
intimacy goes.
as intimacy. I don't think there's a true benefit because how are you gonna have time for all those females? How? And
Hmm.
especially if you're doing something, suppose you're a rich dude, you're gonna be busy.
Truth, whether you're
So
writing books, whether you are, you know, whatever you're doing, whether you're a
that's the
doctor, a lawyer,
main reason.
whatever, all
That's
those
the
women with kids and a full career.
and that's the main reason why the wives are definitely gonna get side dudes easily. Easily, there's no way they're not.
And the thing, that's true, and that's so true. So I guess contraceptives, they probably all have like one or two kids, and then it's just like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I can see weird. This is the image I have in my head. Perhaps it's a past life coming through.
Uh-oh.
But I can see like a woman laying in a elegant bed with all these men laying around her, and they're all just talking and enjoying the afternoon, and they're all naked, and it's just beautiful.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Or half naked, not completely naked. I can see that being more intimate than like five women who want to kill each other and one guy. But I guess it can go either way, but still there's that disconnect of that one-on-one time that's really important.
And what if there's a chick that's faking like she wants some polygamy, knowing she ain't even with it, and she's very envious? That can end very
That
bad.
always is going to happen. I personally could never be in a polygamous relationship like that because I get so much jealousy from other women just for being, I get love like for my sisters, I get mad love, but it's like you love me or you hate me. There's no in between.
Absolutely.
So, and so like also, what if, I mean, like imagine the 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 fucking arguments between women who are jealous with each other for any reason.
And that can be really, really chaotic depending on the
Right.
females.
So there's going to be a lot of ego death on that level, on a group level.
Or actual deaths.
Let's not go that far. Because I'm trying to figure out like where's the benefit. You know what I mean? Like,
I believe the only benefit is, like I said, the living situation is easier because
right. I don't think that people are emotionally capable right now of handling that sort of very dynamic relationship.
mm-hmm.
Um, Only because the main thing is the person who is the one, I guess, the fucking satellite with all the little satellites around them, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The person who is the off person, so the one with either all men or all women. And we'll just keep that way simple for now. It's like, when do they have time to learn? It's almost like they're running away from learning how to truly love themselves.
Mm. Great point.
You know
Great
what
point.
I mean? And I deal with so many clients and so many people, so I see what a gift it is actually to just spend time completely alone and learn the art of loving yourself, respecting yourself, of cultivating self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
There's an art to it.
Right.
When you are in a relationship just with one person, it
Mm.
can be so triggering that you come to new levels of understanding about yourself. So I can't see how being in a relationship with all these multiple people will ever give you the space to truly learn that love that exists inside of you, to truly cultivate that so that
Mm.
then you can share it with other individuals.
Right. Absolutely. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I don't think that people are at this point in time. I think maybe in the future, when there's enough ego death that occurs, a polygamous relationship could be satisfying. But I think the only way I can see it working in a healthy manner is if everybody, whether it's each other, it's that it's polyamorous where it's women and men and everyone loves each other, even if the guys are not like gay, they might love each other as bros or whatever, you know.
Right,
Um,
right,
but that's the only way I could see it working in a blissful sort of fashion. And even that sort of have it has its pitfalls because as I'm thinking about it, it seems like that can be illusionary as well.
right.
Do you think that polygamy could ever actually work? I mean, it works, but I mean on a deep, satisfying level.
Good question. Uh, I think it depends on the amount. I think a reasonable amount would just be two women, one guy, one woman, two guys, perhaps. Maybe that can work real well. Um, I could see it possibly working well on that level, but as far as you having like 5 and 6 spouses, I don't
Mhm,
think so. I highly
mhm.
doubt it.
Do you think that if a married couple, say a couple that's been married for like 10 years, say either the woman decides that she wants a second partner or the man decides he wants a second partner. Now say this couple is very honest, they're very open with each other. um, let's say they have 10 years married and they're just ready to maybe add another partner into the relationship. Do you think that that would throw off the dynamic of the relationship, or do you think that it would actually end up being more healthy?
It can throw off the dynamic of the relationship if,
Hmm.
the person that doesn't agree with it, they
Okay,
or if they feel
so
their ego is threatened in some way.
do you think that the person that is expressing that they would like another partner should not tell their spouse about it? Or do you think that it's better that they're honest and tell their spouse about it?
Honesty is always good, but that doesn't mean they're gonna agree with it.
Okay.
So I mean,
So then,
for their own interests, like they might want to do it on the low, maybe,
okay, so
perhaps
what do you think would be the solution for something like that though?
break up.
Yep.
Yes, people are crazy.
Hold on one sec. I think we're okay. I was like, what is that?
um, but
I don't know.
yeah, uh,
So that's my dogs are bugging out.
your dogs.
They're tripping. They're tripping, guys.
It's the
Um,
spirits.
So it's the spirits. No, it's just my dad isn't at the house. So, um, what I'm trying to understand here. All right, so it seems like polygamy is just not a good idea. So why do you think people are so enthralled or so enthusiastic with the idea of polygamy then?
I believe it's porn. I believe it's somebody setting trends on another level because you have a lot of these advertisements and dating sites with all these ads talking about
Mhm.
how they have all this and that, and
Mhm.
how this is going so well, and I'm with all these different people and that saying it's working wonderful. you
Mhm.
know so it makes someone want to experience something different like that to see what it is. And
Mm.
then yeah, a lot of people watching porn, and porn is not a lot more gang bangs and things like that in porn a lot more than it was before. So it's all like I said, it's all a programming that will make you want to, because
Mhm.
it's more so a fetish, probably more
Because
than it
like
is
we
a
have
love.
a lot of people that are in marriages though, like
Right.
one man, one woman. They're not happy.
Mm. Yeah, because they're getting
Or a
married.
one-on-one sort of relationship, because you have one man, one woman, one woman, one
It's
man.
a forced marriage. They didn't
Mhm.
even love each other. It's like forced, pretty much. Probably
Okay,
rushed.
so
Most
okay.
marriages are rushed. We know this to be true.
Yeah, I know, because people feel like they're getting old or whatever, even though like your lifespan's going up, so like 40 is not even old anymore. Honestly, like 60, 70 just seems like it's not old anymore.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I've seen 70-year-old women, I'm like, what are you, like 35? And they're like, I'm a grandma. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like things are reversing. I haven't seen so
yeah,
many.
it's like people that are getting older and looking younger.
That's what
The
I've been
young
saying
chicks are
for
kind of washed
months.
up, so I
I've
don't
been
know.
saying it for months, and yeah, people do get washed up because they're drained. People get washed up because
Being
they're
in those polygamous relationships
might
might
drain
get you drained.
and have you looking like a whole zombie in these streets. So be careful what you ask for.
I mean, but I've seen like on social media, I have a friend on my Facebook that he had a girlfriend, and the three of them have been living together, have had kids and everything, and they seem pretty happy. They're not, like millionaires, and they're not making like any big moves. They're just average, like regular people. And he got some clout based off the fact that he had two girlfriends. So like that's an interesting concept. I mean, but it's not like they're doing anything special with it. They're just regular people, you know?
Maybe they're satisfied with it, perhaps. Sound maybe
Okay.
satisfaction.
So you think that like
That's why I said
well, if
two.
it's
I said
less
that's what
people, yeah, that's why you said that. Because if it's less people, then it like kind of makes more sense.
and
That
it's not as much of a burden in, you know, as much intensity and confusion because it's one and two. That can work.
right.
Pretty
So
fine.
Chloe Nisi in the comments said, I think it's for people who just don't want to be alone. People will be in a relationship so they don't have to face themselves. Wow, that goes back. Thank you for the comment, Chloe. That goes back to what we were actually talking about when we were talking about self-love and how so I agree like 100% with that comment.
Mm.
Um because we were talking about self-love and how it seems like people just don't know how to be by themselves. They don't know how to cultivate self-love. They don't know how to cultivate self-worth. And it's like, I don't know why the Whitney Houston song just popped up in my head. I found the greatest love. I'm not singing this right now, y'all. Y'all, spirit, I'm not doing it. But she says I found the greatest love of all inside of me. But like when she said it in the song, I was like, I don't know. You do crack. Like, I'm not feeling it.
You know, let's
I
not
don't
discriminate against
know,
our drug
girl.
addicts.
You dated, well, her and Bobby Brown were probably like a divine pairing, low key, but they just had bad karma in this life.
Divine crack.
Shut up.
Divine
I think
crack.
they were a divine pairing, low key. But it's just, in the human aspect of things, it looks like a dysfunctional couple, but they had each other's back. Um, so let's move on and let's talk a little bit about then because I thus far, until someone proves me wrong, it seems like, and it's funny because I told a friend of mine on Facebook, they were asking me about something, and I was like, hey, they were like, oh, I saw your flyer or whatever, and I was like, hey, he asked me what the topic was, and I told him what it was about. He's like, well, don't say anything bad about polygamy, and I was like, what does that mean? Like, or don't I guess just give a balanced perspective. And the thing that kind of it was just weird to be defending a lifestyle that really seems to not be beneficial for anyone involved except the other. So it really doesn't seem beneficial except for the one man or one woman that has multiple partners.
Mm. I
Most
mean,
people can't have a relationship with one person and be happy.
right,
So I'm just trying to understand, like, I just want an example of it actually working to where it wasn't just a business contract.
right.
The whole thing with Polite and his wives, it just seems like he has like a main wife and everything else is like a business contract.
That is all business. I can assure you, it is.
That's what it seems like to me. Like, and that's fine. That's his business. That's his relationship. But I want to see an authentic situation. And I
Right,
haven't seen it. I barely see authentic situations with polyamorous quote unquote couples, like when we were talking about Will Smith and his wife. They're
mm-hmm.
not authentic. They're in a business contract at this point. It's a business marriage. So where? I guess most people in the world just outgrow their relationships, and instead of leaving them, they keep them around. Like, like maggots on rotting flesh or something.
It's an attachment, kinda, right?
Do
Kind
you
of an
think
attachment.
so? Do you think it makes someone feel secure to stay with someone that
Yeah,
long?
it's all. I believe it's all an attachment. Sometimes people stay with you just until they're attached to
Yeah,
the individual.
but how do you cultivate a lifelong relationship with anyone? Like, is it possible?
Mm.
Is it
I
possible to
believe it's
cultivate?
possible.
Okay,
I just don't think it's.
so
I just don't
how?
think it's common. I think it's very
Ah,
rare to. I
that's
think it's
interesting.
very rare to meet someone that you can spend the rest of your life with. Not saying it's impossible, but it is very possible. You know.
So I would that individual have to be willing to expand and grow with you? And even if you are in a polygamous relationship, would everybody have to respect everyone else's boundaries, their desires, their dreams, those aspects of it? Even if what if you're with someone and they're like, "Yo, I just want to go out tonight and I want to go on a date with someone other than you." Like would that be offensive depending on the relationship? Like
Yeah. Yeah, that would hurt an
you think
ego
that
for
would be
sure.
offensive?
That would hurt an ego. Because look,
Oh,
everybody ain't prepared to hear nothing like that.
yeah,
Ain't
I know that, but I'm just curious, like, when did we start owning people and loving them?
nobody. That's what attachment is, though. Attachment is you thinking you own somebody's happiness or something. Like you own how they move at that point.
Hmm,
So
that's why people say like my wife or my husband.
yeah, I was never a fan of the cuffing and the locking down because that's literally what it is. You know,
Hmm,
I'm
you
locked
agree with
down.
that lockdown?
I'm trying to
That
cuff
just broke my
her.
heart just now. Don't say shit like that to me. I'm like,
Oh no, never. Yo, look,
it
huh,
hurts.
even cuffing, like I'm out to cuff her.
Cuff her.
What are you, the police?
Yo, do you know there was this is a funny story. There was this I don't know if this guy was like half Italian and half Puerto Rican, or he was like a really light skinned Puerto Rican. I was dating for a little while, and a couple years back, just for like a couple weeks, and then I realized he was a little crazy, and I was like, oh, I don't want to see him anymore. But one morning we were taking a ride, probably just to get like coffee or whatever, and he asked me, "Why am I so free? Why are you?" He's like, "Why are you like that? Like, why are you just so free?" And I was like, I'm just happy being like this, like being myself, like being open, being expansive. And he's like, oh, okay, we'll fix that. Long story short, I ended up like not break. He wasn't my boyfriend, but I ended up like after that conversation, I was like, whoa, it's time for me to go. This guy's nuts.
She trying to fit what?
Yeah, but do you think that that's common? That people want why are people yelling? Do you think that it's common that people want to take a relationship or something like that, and they see someone who, in their natural state, is like really free, where they want to sort of like put them in a cage or like take their freedom away from them? Like, and why would you want to do that to someone? Like, what's the point in wanting to do that?
Because they're offended by your energy. They're offended by you being free because they ain't free. And they know that you're not. So they're offended thinking that somehow you're greater than them. So in order for them to get you at their level,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna try to lock you down and pretty much take away from your freedom. So you can be like
Mm.
that, be in their state, be in their energy pretty
And be
much.
like all depressed and shit, right?
It's pretty much archon.
Archons, going back to the archons, the archonic.
I mean, that's pretty much the same thing. That's a parasitic energy. That's automatically an archon. So if you're gonna be a parasite and bring somebody down to your level because you're offended at their light, then
Happy? Oh, that is true.
you sir are a vampire.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't good in bed either.
Tragic.
He gave good head. I used to just be like, okay, that's enough. I'm going to sleep. Thanks.
Tragic. 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 That's tragic.
um, Fun. I wonder what next week's topic is going to be.
We're gonna figure that one out. Already.
So we basically resolve nothing when it comes to polygamy. Apparently, nobody's happy in a polygamous relationship. Like, summing up the show, polygamy does not make sense for, this is what I would say, for individuals who are not whole on the inside and who don't know or have not yet cultivated self-love. What do you think?
That's a good, that's actually a good perspective. I mean, I think it can work, but it has, like I said, it could be minimal, like 2 to 1 person. And
Was one person, you're not polygamous, it's just
no. I mean, 2 people to 1 person, not 3 people.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, so I'm saying it can work, and somebody can have self-love and be polygamous. I'm just saying it would have to be limited to that, just 2 to 1 person.
To at least start with that, because
because when it goes on to many, then it's like, okay, is this even a relationship anymore? Just, you know what I'm saying?
Like a conglomerate. So then at that point, I would feel like the one person that's dating like the 4 or 5 others, they're sort of running away from some sort of internal issue.
Right.
Because when you have 5 people looking at you, or 4 or 3 even, different people looking at you and viewing you and observing you, and none of them are doing it on a consistent basis, everybody's only seeing different aspects of you. Nobody's seeing more than one aspect. And I mean, to some extent in relationships, it's a synergy with the energy. So every person that you interact with is bringing out a different aspect of yourself. Everyone's like a mirror.
Right.
So I could see, but if everybody only sees a certain aspect of you, if you're dating 4 or 5 people, you can just bounce around and like nobody ever gets to see the whole you,
right.
the one. No one sees you in different situations, different aspects, and really observes you. Because I mean, if I'm a wife and my guy has 3 other wives, like, I'm keeping my eye on those bitches more than anything.
Right.
Like, honestly, I'm looking like, who I gotta punch in the face next.
This is the danger of,
I'm trying to be the number 1 wife.
Polygamy. Danger.
I could never do it. I would rather be by myself than
somebody gonna get killed with a heel pump. I believe it.
You called it a heel pump. You're such a guy for that.
Yeah, someone getting smoked.
It's pump or heels. I mean, because a pump is a kind of shoe, or heels.
A pump of a heel. Well, wait, never mind. Anyway. Listen, I said what I said.
I said what I said.
Listen.
I said what I said, damn it.
A heel pump.
A heel pump. All right, guys. We're going to wrap up the show. Thank you, everyone, for checking us out. We are going to be going live every Friday evening around 7:10 p.m. I was a little late today because obviously, like, I was trying to do my hair and do my makeup, and my hair is still kind of poofy, but it's cool. We all made it here. This was a lot of fun. Appreciate Chloe for leaving a comment. I saw the numbers on the stream going up and down. So I appreciate everybody who came in, checked out, a little segment of the show. I think next week we're going to dive into Derek Jackson. That just came to me. Yeah. We're going to do, and I may have clips next week. I'm going to see, because this is a new app here, or, an interface that I'm using. So yeah, I think next week is going to be, who is Derek Jackson next week. That's what we'll talk about.
Derek Jackson. Who's that?
Yeah, because this is the fun show where we can talk about relationships and, different things like that, where we can actually have some fun with this. Yeah. And just so you guys know, Khalid, or KDB, he is an artist, and he actually is a very, very successful social media marketer. I've seen him actually get people sponsorships. I've seen Khalid get his clients on television, on like network television. I've seen him do some incredible things with his clients, increase their income and everything. So if anybody needs help with their social media marketing, especially if you have a business, please. And Khalid, can you put your email in the chat in case people want to contact you?
I will put you in the chat. Also, also YouTuber, so make sure you subscribe to Show Face News. Show Face Space
Okay,
News.
and that is his Ratchet news channel.
It's not ratchet.
It's super
It's not ratchet.
I love it. I view them.
It is
I
very
watched.
professionally done.
I
Okay.
definitely watch the ratchetness with I think it's funny.
I'm gonna drop my email though, guys.
Yeah, put your email. And anyone who knows me knows that I do spiritual consulting. I do some card reading. I am a psychic. I do a lot of channeling. I assist people with chakra clearing. I assist people releasing soul ties, releasing entities. Um, a lot of the deep healing work, reconnecting with the inner child. It's sort of a myriad and a conglomerate of things that I do. I also run a master class. I'm working on a couple books right now, and I will have tarot a tarot course. I want to have it available by Monday. I think I'm going to make it a discount for like the first 10 people or whatever that order the course. So there will be a coupon code for it. So look out for that. And I guess I will drop my website. You guys definitely check out the blogs if you're into spirituality. .com. Definitely check out the blogs on the website. You can self-book on the website. Oh, the link didn't come up. Hold up. There we go. Let me put it one more time. That should work. Yep, that one came up as a link. Yeah, so if anybody needs any spiritual, and you know what, even if you know you just need assistance, but you don't know what exactly, that's an intuitive reading. I don't need cards. I use them if the client feels like they need them. I don't really even do card readings too much. I mostly will channel, and I channel from, I suppose, my higher self, and their higher self, and connecting with their energy body, and remote viewing the subconscious, remote viewing the chakra systems. Certain energies and subtle body images will be stuck in those chakra centers, and I know it's a mouthful, but what I do is so abstract, but it works, that it's very hard to describe. All right, I'm done.
See y'all again
soon. All right, so we'll see you guys soon. Let me see how I end this. Thank you all for being here with us. I love you guys. We love you, and we'll see you soon next week on, what is our show called again?
Our show is what is it called?
Law of Fatal Attraction.
Law of Fatal Attraction. Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week on Law of Fatal Attraction.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.